Mistine 24-hour Cover All Dropper Foundation in the shade number F4. Little backstory: I found this foundation in Thailand. They don't sell it in Sydney, so when I was in Thailand, I found it. Right, I got it up. I picked it up, and that is the backstory. Right. I think Mistine sells. I think Mistine stocks in most Asian countries, the Southeast Asian countries, like Burma. I know for a fact they stock it in Burma because I'm Burmese. They definitely stock it in Thailand. I think Philippines. I'm not too sure. I've been to Philippines, so I can see it there. So maybe not Philippines. I know they stock it in like. I've seen it in Singapore. I've seen it in Malaysia. Like again, Southeast Asian countries, right? And they do really cater to the Southeast Asian countries people. I've already applied my moisturizer, so I'm just going to apply my primers and then I'll put it on. Cause I was gonna do one side primer, one side not, but then to be fair, I always put primer on, so I'm just gonna put primer on regardless, because I'm never going to not put primer on. You know what I mean? So to give it a fair shot, but I will put one side brush and. Excuse me. I will use one side brush and one side dirty sponge. It's actually from Models Prefer and it's amazing. So people who actually live in Sydney, live in Australia, because I don't know if Models Prefer actually stocking anywhere else. So I'm just saying, right, from what I know, people who live in Models Prefer. People who live in Australia, you guys should really go pick up the Models Prefer sponges. Amazing, like really, really, really similar to Beauty Blenders. I would say they're better than even better than Eco Tools. Real Techniques is like way behind now. Like I'm over Real Techniques. I mean they're good, but they're just not. They're good for their own brand, but if you're trying to find like a dupe of Beauty Blenders, this is the way to go. They come in 4 packs and they're like $25 for 4 sponges. So I mean it's a lot better price than Beauty Blenders. Anyways, that's not the point. The point is I want to do one side using the brush. This is the Morphe S94, and one side using the sponge. I'm just gonna put primer on, and right now because it's really hot in Australia right now, I'm just gonna use something cooling, something that I know I'm gonna love. So this is the this is the Guerlain, L'Or. This is the Lorraine, Guerlain. Anyways, this is their the gold spec. What's that called? This is the one with the gold specs. I'll put the name of it below. I can't for the life of me think about it. Anyway, this is their primer that every YouTuber has been raving about when it came out. I think Nikki Tutorial started it actually. I'm not too sure. Or Jeffree Star. I don't know. I don't know. Well, I watched it from them. I watched it from them. So, and then I'm gonna use the hourglass over the top, just around here, just because my little pores. This is just for cooling, and overall bouginess. And this is for the little problem areas. Anyways, I wish I had something so that my hair would not get wet. Anyways, I'm feeling the alcohol right now. I'm not feeling 100%. Don't worry, my judgment will not be altered. It will just be changed. Oh my god, I am drunk. Anyways, while I get ready, or like while I do this, I just wanted to, make conversation, tell you a little bit about myself. I mean, it's not like you guys can, tell me about yourself right now. My name is Sue. First of all, I just skipped all that, but no, my name is Sue. Yes, a typical Asian girl's name. I grew up in Burma. I lived there for 8 years, and then I grew up in Australia. Grew up to this age in Australia. I'm a big dog person. I have 4 of them. my day job is nursing. I am a nurse, and now I am hoping to do YouTube as sort of, you know, a little hobby, because I know right now I just don't really have too much of a hobby. Like, I do things, but they're just more like either for other people or with other people, or, you know, things like that. But I feel like I want to try something new, and YouTube is just something I've always wanted to do, but I never had the guts to. But my amazing fiance has, you know, really supported me and just has been like, go for it, babe. So that's what I'm doing. So I've applied my primers. I'm gonna apply my foundation. I don't know if they said not to shake it or shake it. Well, too late. I've already shaken it. So shook it. So I'm gonna continue, and I will do this side for brush and this side for sponge. Sorry, I'm like really nasally and phlegmy right now. Off the bat, it's really runny. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's pretty runny. Oh, and I think really light for my skin. Oh my god. Okay, how did this happen? You know what? I think when I was in Thailand, like I was in Bangkok first, and I was a lot lighter then, and then I went to Phuket, which, you know, obviously darkened me out. Oh, you know what? When I blend, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's a bit light, but nothing in little bronzer kind of fix. Oh no. Oh, it's not really covering anything up. I'm not even blending hard, or like I'm not even trying to take it off. I'm just dabbing. Maybe I should be blending hard. Will it? No, I don't know. But anyways, I'm from Yangon, which is the busiest city. Like, it's like New York to America. Like, it's one of the busiest. It is the busiest city of Burma, and I grew up there. As in until do you see that? Anyways, I grew up there as until I was 8. I came here when I was 8, and then I've been here ever since. So I'm 21 years old. I'm nearly 22. I can't see shit, so I'm gonna move this closer. Oh, it's alright. Like, it's the foundation hasn't really covered many of it, so I'm just gonna put another layer on. It's very light coverage. It's also very easy to blend, I'll give it that. It's amazing to blend. It legit took nothing, no effort for me to blend it, which is good, like if you're really in a rush. I'm just gonna put it under. Normally I wouldn't put foundation under my eye, especially like thicker foundations, just because when I want to put concealer over the top, and it's just so much going on under my eyes. I don't want that. But I feel like it's thin enough that I can put it on. In terms of coverage, I definitely wouldn't say it's full coverage, because it's not. It's probably medium to light to medium, probably leaning towards medium, depending on how many layers you want to put on. I typically only put on two layers max for any foundation. Doesn't matter if it's really light, doesn't matter if it's really if it's high coverage, I just put on one. But, you know, it doesn't really matter to me. I'll just put on one. So for people like me, it's probably just medium coverage. Although when I put the other layer on top, it wasn't too bad. Like, it blended fine. And I'm just gonna go on with my sponge for the other side. Oh, the sponge is actually better, I think. Yeah, I like the blending of the sponge. It kind of just sunk into the skin a bit more with the sponge, and it just, ooh. Yeah, the one with the sponge, the side with the sponge, it kind of just sunk into the skin, and it just kind of became one with the skin, you know, and it looks a bit more natural, and and it didn't take away that much coverage, you know, because sometimes sponges can really shear out your foundation, but it didn't do that. It just kind of made the foundation melt into your skin, which is really good. I don't feel like I need a second layer on this side actually, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. Oh my god, I'm so tempted to just really like sponge out this side too, because I feel like this side is a bit heavy. I did put a little. In real life, you can really see the side that's blended with the brush. It really does look a bit cakier, and you can even see the line. But yeah, it really does look a bit cakier and just not as flattering as the one with the sponge. I think the sponge is the way to go if you want to ever get this foundation. It doesn't have to be this sponge, it can be any sponge, you know. But yeah, I think if you're going to go for this foundation, I think sponge is the best way to go, because the foundation on this side, because it was with the brush, it kind of caked it on a bit. But this side, it just looks like the skin to me, with a little bit more coverage. So I wouldn't say it's full coverage. It definitely is not full coverage. Probably like light to buildable medium. I probably even wouldn't say medium. It's probably more light, on the lighter side. And yeah, I mean, it looks okay. It kind of sunk into the lines, like the smile line. But I'm yet to come across a foundation that doesn't do that even a little bit, so I'm not too worried about that. In terms, yeah, it looks fine. It kind of, I mean, I don't know if it fully set it yet already, but in terms of actual, like the texture wise, it's like the giving wise, not texture wise. It's dewy. It's not matte. But it's like, it's more satiny finish. I'm just gonna put on my concealer with my sponge, because I don't ever put concealer with my brushes, because I feel like it just takes too long, and it kind of cakes it up a bit. The concealer I'm using is the Catrice Cosmetics Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer. Again, I don't know that you can get that in Australia. I didn't. I got that in Burma. So I don't want to mention too many stuff that's not really available here. I mean, it's good for the Burmese people, if any are watching. So it's really good. It's one of my favorite concealers. And you know, Tati, I don't know if you know, who doesn't, Tati online, she raves about that concealer. She absolutely loves it apparently. So, I mean, I bought it because of her, and I love it, so I love her, and I love her, you know? And it's just such an easy blend, although I would not say to keep it on for too long without blending it, because it does set quite fast. Like, it's already set on my nose. It took me ages to actually talk about it. Yeah, like, it's already set here. I probably look like the craziest right now, but I promise I will look a bit better once I have my full face on. I actually only have a few things to do today. I have a barbecue at my friend's, and then I'm gonna go nowhere. I only have a barbecue at my friend's. I'm gonna watch a movie. There's not many movies to go to. Okay, and my concealer and foundation are done, so that's my base. I will be back once I put my whole face on. Hey guys, I'm back. I did the rest of my face. I try not to go overboard, but that's never a guarantee. So I did the eye makeup, which is not much. I did the foundation, like I did the bronzer, the blush. I didn't do highlight. But you know what? I don't think I will, because my skin has been so textured lately that I don't want to highlight anything right now. I did the inner corner highlight though, and I did my lips, and you know, my eyebrows are already done. Anyways, so it's right now It's right now 10 minutes to 3, so it's like 2:50. For you guys who don't know what 10 minutes to 3 means. And I will check back in with you throughout. I'll try to check back every hour, but I probably won't. I probably will be too busy. I will try and check back with you guys every hour, or maybe 2 or 3 hours or so, or whenever I see like a situation going on my face, you know. As of now, it's been, when I put it on, it was 2, I think. Yeah, it was about 2. So it's been about 50 minutes for it to set. It's not sticky. It's actually, no, it's not sticky. It's not sticky at all. But then I do have powder and other stuff on, which went on fine, by the way. Which, you know, it didn't. Oh my god, it didn't really it didn't cause a problem. So everything else is okay. Like everything went on fine, and nothing really bad that I noticed, you know. So yeah, I will check in with you guys really soon. Bye. Hey guys, it's 5 o'clock now. I'm trying to do the 1 hourly check-in, but don't know how that's going. Sorry, we're in the car, so it's gonna be bumpy. It's starting to get oily a bit, especially around my nose. And you see around here, my nose, that's not highlight, that's oil seeping through. Apart from that, it looks pretty good. But seriously, just there. Oh look, there was eyeshadow fallout. I don't know how to fix it. I'll just fix it at my friend's house. But how do I just see that now though? It was there a while ago. But yeah, this is all oil. It's getting oily here. It's getting a bit cakey here. You guys see that? Yeah, see? I don't know how it wouldn't. I don't know how it's getting cakey now after an hour. Normally it gets less cakey throughout the day, right? But yeah, I will see you guys, or guy or girl, whatever, in another hour. Hey guys, this foundation. Stop looking at me. This foundation, can I just be like? It's shit. How about shit? It really is though. Look, like it's come off my nose. Like every time I touch my face, it comes off. I mean, it's not like, okay, if you're a light foundation wearer and you don't wear it for a long time, I guess you could wear this. But I put it on at 2. It's only 8, so it's only 6 hour wear. Okay, it's 6 hour wear, so it's not like ridiculously long. And I mean, it's just not doing it for me. It's not full coverage. It's not long wearing. What's really the sell here? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, if you're wearing it for an everyday wear, like for an which wouldn't even make sense even for an office job, because you're gonna be there for 8 hours. So honestly, this foundation is just not it right now. This isn't my outro. I'll make a real outro after I get home, because I'm still out. I'm just gonna take off the foundation because it's just pissing me off. It's just such a hassle. Alright, bye. Hey guys, so it's been a few days after I tried the Mistine 24-hour cover all dropper foundation. On my first impression, I tried it a few times after I actually first impressioned it. Like, I wore it out a few more times just because I wanted to give it a fair, good review. I didn't want to just be like, boom, first impression, it was not good, and then just leave it at that. You know, I'm reviewing it, so I really do want to review it. With that being said, my first impression was kind of pretty spot on. Like, with the review, you know, like the couple of times I've wore it afterwards, nothing really changed. Like, nothing really changed. I don't know if it's because the first time I wore it, it was on a hot day, and then the rest of the times I wore it, again, it was on hot days. So I don't know if maybe because I was sweating and that caused the foundation to wear a lot less time. But I can tell you for sure it does not last 24 hours. It barely lasted, you know what, I want to say 6 hours. You'd be really pushing for 6 hours, to be honest, to look good, right? It would still have foundation on your face, but it would look shit. So I'm just saying the 24 hours, that's not it. It's not true. It does not last 24 hours. With that being said, does it cover all? No, it does not.
it covers maybe light to medium, and you'd have to build it up quite a bit to cover medium. And you know what, actually you'd have to do maybe 2 layers to cover medium. So again, it is not cover all. It's not 24 hours. It's not cover all. So what is it, right? To be honest, it's just one of those foundations that you kind of have but you never use. So to be honest, I would recommend this to most people. I'd probably recommend it to people that are a bit younger, who doesn't need that much coverage, people who aren't typically fussed about how long it's gonna wear, people who probably have drier skin, because this is probably a bit more dewier than matte. And yeah, so overall, I'd probably give this foundation about 4 out of 5, just because the cons for me personally outweighs the pros, which is kind of really sad. I would have liked to really like this foundation because it's such a lightweight foundation, but yeah, I didn't really like it, guys, and it's kind of sad because it's my first YouTube video and I wanted to be positive, but it's not. So what can you do, right? You just move on. So I will be reviewing more things in the future. My next video is reviewing W7 makeup. It's an Australian brand, I believe. I will be doing more research on that, but I will be reviewing the makeup. So yeah, stay tuned. Bye.